He can't hear it. Okay, he got it.
Got it.
All right, we got it.
Man, he got the Raider hat on this 49er Friday. What are you doing? What are you doing?
It was my fault. I'm over here being technically unsound. I'm over here screwing it up. But nah, look, I came with my stuff today, which I don't always do. And so, I got these little.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, that's look, I ain't mad at it.
But look, because y'all know me, it's a little.
All right, man. Nah, get this nonsense out of here.
Iceman, where you at, big dog? Iceman.
Hey, I see Kenny's tweet. I said, man, let me lock in. I see what kind of day we about to have today.
That's the first time I'd ever seen one. I was just searching something on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So, like, I
don't even know how to watch those. I
found it on YouTube.
I go to Hip Hop Daily on Twitter afterwards, and they show the song. I don't even know how to watch the stream.
He's talking about the streams, though?
Yeah.
I can't keep. I mean, I was watching.
That's how you feel? That's how you feel. That's why we're gonna go back. Okay.
I was trying to get. Look, I'm growing my hair, right? So like, it's all over the place. So I'm always with a hat on.
That's
not my hat.
That's not at lids. That's not at lids right there.
Nah, I don't even know what this. I don't even think you can. Like, you can't just find this no more. It's like I couldn't even give you a price.
You gonna get them? You say you're growing your hair. You gonna get them Jason Tatum braids? And get that off my screen, man.
Can y'all see me? I don't know. I might get some braids, but like, is it gonna be like a midlife crisis if I get braids? Like at this point in my time?
Yeah. Like, you are not Jason Tatum's age, man. You can't get braids at this point. And just know, if you leave them in too long and it starts tugging on your hair, that hairline gonna change for you quick.
Oh yeah, it'll be different.
It's gonna change for you quick.
I can't have the Jim Jones braids. Like, I gotta
capo status.
Eddie, we are not built for this anymore.
Look, my hairline is still solid, right? Like, I think
you good.
I had enough hair, so I'm like, let me grow. Let me show you. Now I'm getting the Ozempic allegations, and now I'm getting the turkey allegations. I'm like, all right,
man.
Turkey. Oh, God,
man.
Yo, you know how we compliment each other as men, right? So as soon as I posted I had been wearing hats, and like people didn't know because they're not around. So I posted a picture like a week ago. The first comment from my man's Cam is like, "Is that a toupee?" I'm like, all right.
Was that the one of you on the subway?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, okay. Okay, this is where we at with this. All right.
Oh man.
I should have gave a warning, like a rollout, not just a hard
launch. But we gonna talk hoop, everything Kawhi and all that. But we were talking about Tyson.
He said he hard launched his hair growing out. That's crazy.
You caught that? I thought it slipped by. I was like, all right.
That's a good one.
Her line.
Let's do a rollout, man.
This is just Jesse's point about who will watch this fight. This is the perfect storm of people who hate Floyd Mayweather and for some reason think Mike Tyson still will win every fight he's participating in. There will people who will watch it. Oh yeah, Mike go to work on Floyd. No, he's not. Floyd is going to box his ears off.
Look,
but people are going to watch because they believe Floyd is going to get beat up by Mike Tyson.
Look, as somebody who watched Mike Tyson and Roy, as somebody who watched Floyd and Logan Paul, as someone who watched Mike and Jake Paul, and is gonna watch Tank and Jake Paul, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna be seated. The world is gonna watch this. Like, yes. I think people misunderstand. You know, we work in this and we talk about this all the time, and we're like obsessed, and we know like the third string quarterback of the Giants and like all this, like this stupid stuff, right? Jameis. And it's like, okay, we care. But like most people, this is all stupid and silly. And then when they hear Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather, they're showing up to the circus. We want to see this silliness. It's fine. It's not that deep to most people. This is going to do crazy numbers. I don't even know any of the business behind it. It's going to do crazy numbers. I'm going to watch it. I know I'm going to watch it. I'm not in front like I'm about not going to.
Especially if they throw it on Netflix and people don't have to pay for it. Right, it's going to be crazy.
We was huddled around in the cold
Yeah.
at a Anderson Paak DJ show.
At the rail yards.
Yeah, watching the Tyson Paul thing. That was being shown all over downtown.
All over.
The night De'Aaron scored 60. The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Eddie, that fight was, we went downtown real quick. It was everywhere downtown because it was on Netflix. It was free, and it was Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
It was, and this ain't going to be no different.
And I like to think I'm not going to call myself like a 1% boxing fan. I used to be. I used to be like every fight, everybody in Japan, like whatever. I used to be that guy. I'm not. But I'm probably still like top 10% or something. Like I take it serious. I love boxing. It's my favorite sport. I'm going to get wrapped up in the hype of this fight. Like I'm going to trick myself into thinking, oh, Mike Tyson at 60, whatever he is going to be competitive in this fight, even though he almost like died a year ago. So like, I'm going to trick myself into thinking this is going to be something. Mm-hmm. And then it's going to happen. And it's going to be like summer league or like preseason football. Every year we get excited. And then summer league starts and we're like, oh, this is bad. This is not fun at all. Like, what am I doing?
He is going to die.
Well, hopefully not in the ring.
He's just going to die. It's like, oh man, we milked him for too much money. He's going to die. He died.
I always think about like
that'll do numbers.
Older people in our regular lives, like when we see them. Now, Mike Tyson is not a regular 60-year-old man, but he is still a very old man. And so it's like I seen like an older guy at the gym the other day, like lifting fives. And I'm like, in my consciousness, I'm like, I think I should help him. This dude's going to get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Like, what is going on here? So I don't.
Remember all
the pants on him this time.
Well, that's the thing. Please.
Somebody get see, he's like an old person. He forgot his pants.
Oh, and we will be there. Like, we will be there and we will be getting our tweets off. We will be trying to go viral like everybody else. We will be having our moments and we will go viral with this day. Like, it's just like, all right, so we watch wrestling, and wrestling, you get to have these cool moments where it's like The Rock versus Hogan. It's like, wow, we got to see that. We got to see John Cena versus Homelander a month ago, but like that's not supposed to actually happen in actual sports, and now we're actually watching it. So it's I don't know what we're rather do.
I am disappointed, disgusted, and excited for the fight all at the same time. Can't wait. Speaking of wrestling, real quick, guess who sang "Take Me Out to the Ballpark" today as I was watching the Cubs and Nationals?
Take me out to the ballpark?
Yeah. Take me out to the ball game, excuse me.
Watching who were you watching?
Cubs and Nationals.
Punk?
Yeah.
I figured that. Yeah, they're. I think they're in Chicago tonight.
Yeah, supposedly.
Oh yeah, I know what's happening.
My girl might be back.
Was she there? Was she there?
She was. It was just Punk in the broadcast room. I don't know. Yeah, but I think my girl coming back.
Yeah, they got
I'm ready.
They have built it like she has to show up tonight.
Yeah.
If anything else will be a disappointment.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
I really think it's gonna be Roxanne. So I'm like, I'm just prepared to be mad. Like,
oh, that'd be a mess.
I'm just ready to complain.
Purposely piss off your fan base and turn Chicago against you. That'd be a tough look for old Hunter Hurst Helmsley.
Perfect heel move.
Trips.
That's a good point.
That's
a good point. That's a good point.
You mean Hunter? You're calling him Paul. You're calling him what are you calling him? Trips.
We call him a little bit of everything. I think I normally call him Hunter.
Yeah, I think Hunter's probably me.
We called Jeremy Lamb Trips.
Jeremy Lamb was Trips.
For a little bit.
We did. I don't mean to but ask Eddie what you just brought up with Kawhi and all that, because I might be in the minority when I say I would do it again.
I laid out what I thought was a pretty compelling argument that Kawhi Leonard's signing with the Los Angeles Clippers could wind up being looked at as one of the worst moves in basketball. Now we've operated, Eddie, since Pablo's podcast comes out with the term, we just called it the presumption of guilt. We have operated under the idea of a presumption of consequence. that there are going to be ramifications ahead for Steve Ballmer, potentially voided contracts, potentially lost draft picks. And I laid out the scenario of Kawhi allegedly not wanting to sign with the Clippers unless Paul George was traded for. We laid out what that cost the Los Angeles Clippers to get Paul George, all of those draft picks, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the fact that he's only played in 56% of the Clippers games since he signed with them in 2019. And now you have those 5 draft picks, the 2 pick swaps, and just if we split the difference, we'll say 3 lost draft picks coming up here if Adam Silver decides to levy a penalty against them. You're talking a potential 8 lost draft picks for the signing of Kawhi Leonard and the loss of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for a team that was built to win the NBA title and didn't even come close.
All right. So let me do what LeBron would do and make this about LeBron. I had a conversation recently where I said, is LeBron's Lakers tenure a disappointment? Like, yes, they got a title, but they've been in the play-in a lot. They've missed the playoffs. Like you can't call it a disappointment because he got a title, but when you get him, you were expecting a little bit more, right? You're expecting it to happen quicker, to last longer, all of that good stuff. So if that may be a mild disappointment to me in the grand scheme of things, when you get Kawhi fresh off a title, looking like, now I don't agree, but people are arguing that's the best player in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to one conference finals, and you go to that conference finals on the heels of a lot of injuries, and Kawhi was hurt. And that's it. And like you said, you only played 65% of the games, and you had to do all of that stuff to get Paul George for him in order to sign him. And now, again, you split the difference. Let's take the mildest version of whatever this penalty can be. Okay, we don't void Kawhi's contract. You guys get to get him, and he gets to finish this, but you lose 3 picks. It's a massive disappointment for what you did. For, Ballmer shows up, and that's his splash and the rollout they had about, how they were going to be better than the Lakers and all this stuff. Massive disappointment. And then the way the team is set up right now, when it finally pulls the plug, and some people thought it was going to happen this summer, if Kawhi is healthy and feeling better, I understand why they wait. But when you finally pull the plug, it is going to be nothing there on that team. It is going to be nothing, and no way to replenish either unless you're really going to splash in free agency. And the problem with splashing in free agency now is you don't have $53 million to throw around under the table because they are going to be on your, can I say ass? They're going to be on your ass now. So there is, what happens when Kawhi's gone and you have no titles and you have nothing? So yes, I think it was incredibly disappointing over the long stretch, if you think about it. And then you look at the teams that won titles around them, and you finally get the exclamation point this year, the guy you gave away, with multiple picks. So some of the other guys you gave away, and they raised the trophy. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. And I love Kawhi, and I get stuck in these Kawhi arguments because they try to say he's better than Big Al from yesterday. And I know he's not.
No.
But man, like, if you go back, do you do it again? Probably, because there was no other options. This was how you get a star in the Clippers jersey. And
knowing what it could cost you do it again.
My thing is, you do it again, but I'm not giving all that up for Paul George. It was a trade. It was a crazy trade then. It was a crazier trade as it went on. And then obviously Shai turns into one of the best players in the league. It works. But if you can get Kawhi at that time, he's fresh off a title. You got to do it. You got to do it and see what's what. But my thing about this story is I don't know what's going to come of this. I like to believe that Steve Ballmer is, and the people around him with all the resources he has, smarter than this. And if nothing else, they covered their tracks legally. But apparently this can be done with, circumstantial evidence. And when you look at the man invested $50 million and then 48 of it went straight to Kawhi over a 3-year stretch. And I'm guessing the rest is the tax for even doing this. It looks, it looks pretty crazy. And my thing with this is, and other people have said it's not an original thought. If the league presses this and they try to make an example out of Steve Ballmer, how many bodies does Steve Ballmer know where they're buried at in the desert. And is he going to just burn the house down with everybody else and say, well, if you came for me, you got to come for this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. And Mark Cuban essentially said that. And so, you know, this type of stuff I'm sure happens, but maybe he just bit off more than he can chew, because $50 million is a lot of money. And there's only so many places you can hide that.
Yeah. I think to the first thing you said, when Damien asked the question, I said, even in hindsight, which sounds crazy because SGA just won an MVP, I'd probably do it. I'd probably do it all again, because the other thing that we don't factor in, I know LeBron was there, but somebody else reminded me, Anthony Davis had just gotten to LA. And if you're Steve Ballmer and your whole play with buying this team and we're not going to be second fiddle, like we're going to create our own identity. We're going to be looked at just like a top flight LA team, just like everybody else here is. They go get LeBron and AD, you gotta go get something to go compete with that. And
if you do the mental map and say that trade got us this arena, you do it. You do it every time. You do both trades every time. You get the arena. The arena will make all the money back. You're fine.
Yeah.
But
it just makes you look respectable in that city. You know what I mean? Like,
but Ballmer was going to get the arena no matter what.
He was, but you're going to get he was, because he's Ballmer, and that's what makes it a little different. But you getting the season
Ballmer
tickets?
is what throws this whole thing off.
Yeah.
Like we said this yesterday, Eddie. If this was Vivek Ranadive, they would have taken the team from him yesterday. Like, get your ass out of here. We don't want no part of this.
Yeah.
But it's Steve Ballmer, the 5th richest man in the world. It's not even owners don't play on a level playing field. This is different.
Right. Yeah. It's my thing about this story too is like nobody's surprised, but it feels like the groundswell of just conversation is too much for everybody to ignore at this point. I started off going, yo, we don't care. But it's gotten so loud. And then Ballmer obviously came forward and spoke. And my thing is like, yo, everybody says, well, he needs to talk to Pablo. Why? Pablo's going to ask him the same question. He's not going to go in front of Pablo and say, yeah, I did it. I did. You asked me the right question. You're right. I did it. So it's like, we only learn so much from this. What we really learn from is whatever the league ends up doing. And that's what will, serve us going forward. But I don't know. It's a tricky story. And I put it like this. If his contract gets voided, there's going to be an arms race for Kawhi.
But is there
Houston Kawhi? Good 15 minutes.
But how are you going to
bring
sign
your
him?
uncle?
But how are you going to sign him?
If he want to play, he might have to sign for the vet minimum, not vet minimum, but the mid level.
Hey, buddy, you got an extra 50. Come get
You're
this
right.
5.
Right.
Well, it might be 43 because I don't think he's getting that 7 that's out there.
Uncle Dennis has his way.
Well,
be damned with that $100 million. I want my 7.
Uncle Dennis's call should have been, "Hey, take us off the list of creditors. You can keep the $7 million." Instead, he called and said, "Hey, I don't care what government is investigating you. Give me my goddamn money."
Every dollar, buddy.
I think
the Kawhi stuff is one of those things. Like it was kind of like urban legend. Like you would hear how he was moving, but if you weren't around Kawhi, you can't prove it. You know what I mean? We don't know what Kawhi is doing, but you would hear like, yeah, he's this and that. Like that. That's crazy. He moved to San Diego, and they got to fly him to LA every time, and every day he's on a helicopter and all like crazy stuff. And it's like, team paying for it. And then this comes out, I'm like, wait, that might have been true.
Well, I hate to make this comparison. It's like the Diddy stuff. How much crazy stuff did we hear about Sean Combs? It's like, come on, man.
Bro, he really blew up dude's car.
Stop.
That was the one.
And then all of a sudden it's like,
it was like he didn't blow up the car, but he tried. They had him sounding like a Bat villain. Like, I'm like, yo.
That's crazy. Man. You're around the NBA pretty intimately. How common is stuff like this?
I think Mark Cuban is the one who jumped out and said it, and then Nate Duncan, who's a writer, and I think he works with Dame Lillard, and does some stuff. Anyway, it's not uncommon for a team sponsor to then sponsor a team player, and then it be contingent on, all right, if you leave this team, this is over. Now, $50 million in a brown paper bag through a shell corporation, that's some what's the show called with the lawyers, Mike Ross and what's the name? Suits. There's some suit stuff. Like you had to get them to get you out of this. I can't without saying too much, there's stuff going on for sure. There's stuff going on. And again, I think that's the conundrum the league has is like, all right, if you take him down, then you have to take everybody down. And can you do that?
We said earlier in the week, like it's like tampering. Like deals are done 18 months before a player becomes a free agent. Everybody knows, and everybody's talking, or talking to agents and back channels. But like Dame said earlier, Adam Silver is probably like, just don't make us look stupid. Like whatever you're doing, keep it on the low and keep it out of the public eye. And Ballmer was not able to do that this time.
I mean, you hear stories all the time. This agent has these players, and I got the big guy. So look, take care of my other guy. Hey, you can trade him later, but like, let's get him his money now. And then, obviously, I'll remember that next year when the big guy got a sign.
Hey, like, take care of Thanasis.
Hey, sign Tristan Thompson. Right. Sign J.R. Smith of $17 million.
Well, that was my immediate reaction. And look, along the lines of Ballmer, I'm sure they've taken care of this and handled all the legal loopholes they can. But the biggest player in the league has a sports agency. And that sports agency has routinely routed players toward him and his team. Routinely. Trade demands and all. And this happens all in front of our face. And we've all just been like, oh, yeah, whatever. It's above board. Now, they've made sure of it, I'm sure. Otherwise, it wouldn't be going on like this. And so I'd imagine Ballmer, whatever Ballmer did or didn't do, he covered his tracks. But if we find out he didn't, he's going to look crazy. He's not going to care. He's worth whatever billions he's worth.
I don't care.
There's no way the NBA didn't say, hey, I need to see the paperwork.
Yeah, like,
I need to see the company layout of Clutch Sports Group. Because you cannot be anywhere near it.
I watched the first 10 minutes of Ballmer yesterday, and if I took a shot every time he said, I don't know, I wouldn't be on the show right now.
I don't know. I just made the introduction. That's all I did. That's all I did.
I just donated $50 million. I didn't check on the company at all after that.
That's to me, that's the killer. That's the one where it's like, so I don't care. Yeah. You have that much money because you don't just throw out money that way.
Yeah. I don't know, man. What's like what is $50 million to him though? Like if you lend somebody $10 at the vending machine, are you checking them every day at the work for that $10? It's like that might be how it is for him. He's got a lot of money.
Kawhi is.
Oh, Uncle Dennis.
Kawhi and Uncle Dennis like, no, bro, give me that $10.
See, his last check was short.
Oh, there's a lot of Uncle Dennis's in the league, though, aren't there?
Oh yeah. I mean, and the thing is, they don't always necessarily have this much power because you're with a bigger agency and you're dealing with stuff like that. But Uncle Dennis was doing everything. There was no CAA handling this or whatever. And if I'm Kawhi, he did a great job. That's an extra 50. Like,
that ain't voided. I got that.
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
I got that up. I got the rest of it.
They can't now come get his money, right? Like he's good.
Not past money. Future money, maybe, but past money, that's already spent.
It's paid. Yeah.
I already bought the boat. Like
that's why I said he might have lost $7 million, but he ain't gonna lose the rest.
Here's how I say
7, gain 43.
Here's how I say Ballmer can skirt this whole thing if this is how it plays out. Is if he says if he makes the introduction to Aspiration, Kawhi and Aspiration, hey, you guys talk to each other. I'm out of this. You guys go talk to each other. They come up with a price, or maybe even Steve even told him before, like told him physically, not through paper email, but like, hey, whatever the price they come up with, go ahead, hit that. We're good. And it's aspiration, and Kawhi and Uncle Dennis say, I need $48 million. They're like, okay. And Aspire goes back to Ballmer. And Ballmer says, so what's my donation? It's about $48 million. Okay. I will donate $48 million or $50 million to your company. He never said, pay Kawhi this. He never said, Kawhi never even went to him and be like, hey, this is what they told me you were going to pay. No, it was just, what is my donation? My donation's $50 million. I donate $50 million to you. And if that is how it plays out, you can obviously, it's circumstantial, but in that respect, there is no paper trail.
And for what it's worth, I'm like 99% sure this all happened. Nobody's doubting the veracity of the report.
Right.
It's just, can you get them?
Right.
But what you said earlier,
sure they can get them.
What you said earlier, though, is interesting. Well, Adam Silver will rule on circumstantial evidence because there's a mountain of it. And Kenny's talking about like all of this stuff. Every like scenario avoids the hard evidence, like the paper trail. There's no agreement between Ballmer, Ascension, and Kawhi. Mm-hmm. There's an agreement between Kawhi and Ascension, and that's it. There's a contract. There are very weird things written into the contract, but there is a contract, but Steve Ballmer is nowhere attached to it other than that one part that says we can terminate this contract with cause if you no longer play for the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, that's not a direct, that's not Steve Ballmer directly, but that is a company that Steve Ballmer owns, and that's what the Los Angeles Clippers are. It's a company.
The part I'm wondering, there's probably an answer to this though, is can Ballmer like counter this? Can he sue? Will he? Does he want to? Do you want a lawyer fight Steve Ballmer?
So, but that's what, like, that goes back to what you and Casey were talking about earlier. Like, do you, if you're Ballmer and you're like, oh, you're gonna throw the book at me? Oh, okay. So let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what Joe Tsai did.
Ramona, let me talk to you again.
Yeah, right. and I'm gonna need a little bit more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But the other side of that is, or the flip side to that is, those are the people that have the ability to throw his ass out of the league. Mm-hmm. So I don't think there's a situation, any situation, no matter how much evidence Adam Silver gets, where Steve Ballmer is, they take the Clippers from Steve Ballmer. They do not want that. Right. And that's what we keep getting back to, Eddie, is the best way I think Adam Silver can handle this is to sit down with Steve Ballmer and say, here's the evidence. Here's what I'm thinking the ruling should be. But you and I have to work together on this. We have to come to a conclusion that's going to hurt. But let's do it together rather than individually, because I think they have that respect for Steve Ballmer. And again, I hate to keep pointing it out. He is rich like no one else. And that matters in this situation. They don't want to turn the team over. They don't want to sell the team. They don't want to go through this whole process again when you have a guy like Steve Ballmer in a franchise like the Los Angeles Clippers, in an arena like the Intuit Dome, in a market like Los Angeles.
Well, that's a perfect point, because there's not another Ballmer waiting to buy a team. There's not another equivalent of that. There are people who will line up and buy the Clippers, absolutely, and they will love playing in Intuit Dome and all of that. They just want to be part of the NBA. But there's not another Steve Ballmer, and you want him at your table, and you want everything, all of the resources he can bring to your league, whether overtly or just through relation. So yeah, he didn't do a Donald Sterling. We're not kicking him out the league for this. We're just saying, we have rules here. We're gonna have to slap your wrists a little bit. Like, you're gonna have to go pick a switch, buddy. but you don't gotta go. You can stay here. We'll be cool after. Don't worry. And I don't know. I don't know how much Steve wants to fight. That's my question too. Like, does he feel like he can just drag this for forever? But again, when Kawhi is done and when this team when they get past this era of this team, it's going to be barren in LA for some time. Mm-hmm. And we grew up with the really bad Clippers and then had some other pretty bad Clippers. And this will be like along those lines. But I think they'll be back sooner than later because Steve Ballmer did not buy this team and invest in the ways he has, legally or illegally and emotionally, to let this team just be bad for 5-6 years either. So
the other thing about it with Steve Ballmer from his POV is we talk about how rich he is and how much money he has, and none of this really affects him. I think he really loves owning the Clippers, and I think he'll protect that. Like I'm with you guys. I don't think there's a scenario in this case where they kick him out of the league, but I feel like if he was like scared and thought like he might not own the Clippers no more, he comply with whatever because he's got money. He's got money. He's what 70-something. He got money. It's not preserving his money. This is what almost gives him life. Owning the Clippers, being a part of this group, and you want to make sure he doesn't mess that up. So to your scenario earlier, all right, Adam, let's sit down and talk just as long as I get to still be in this league. I don't want nothing to mess that up.
Yeah, I think he has an easy out too, because he wasn't over the top in that interview with Ramona Shelburne. Like he could easily just say, we did everything we could. We did everything we could to operate within the rules of the collective bargaining agreement and everything set forth by the NBA. Adam Silver and the league has determined that we weren't unable to do that, and I accept the consequences. The buck stops with me. I made a mistake, and I have to accept the consequences. It's not an admission that he did anything wrong. It doesn't make him look like a liar in that conversation with Ramona Shelburne, and it's not a refutal to where you get into a fight with the league and the other owners. You're just able to take it. I'll bring a wrestling reference back. Remember when you might not have been watching, but you learn about it later. The farewell to the click thing happened at Madison Square Garden, where Razor and Diesel and Sean, the curtain call happens, and the only one who got their ass kicked for it was
Hunter.
And Hunter tells the story of, Vince McMahon says you're going to have to eat crap and like it. Like, that's just the way it's going to be. And for the next year, he gets his ass beat by Henry O'Godwin and Ahmed Johnson. That's essentially what Steve Ballmer is facing. He's about to get into a pig pen match with Henry O'Godwin.
Oh,
that's that moment. Go look.
That moment gave us Stone Cold, man. So
it did. It gave us. It gave us
something out of this.
Yeah,
might get something out of this, but it's a fascinating story, and it's funny because Pablo has been doing this for a while, and I know Pablo, and I talked to him a little bit, and I kept saying in the group chat, he's gonna get one of these guys. And I think he might have finally got something on the hook. He went big fish hunting. He finally got something. And great reporting by Pablo, man. It's fascinating to watch happen in real time.
Did a great job,
Eddie. We kept you hella long, man. We appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Nah, man, y'all gotta pay the bills. I'm just chilling. Y'all gotta come up.
hey, real quick, you guys gonna start the season 1-0?
Oh yeah, we in New England. We getting that done. I don't even worry about Drake, man.
You making that move,
guys?
You making that move? You going
up? I thought about it, but nah, I'm gonna be on red zone, man. Like everybody.
Hey, have you ever been to Foxborough? Have you ever been to Foxborough?
No.
It's one way in and one way out.
It's in the middle of nowhere, ain't it?
You do not want to do that.
I might do. We got Philly this year. I might go, but I'm probably get smacked. I'm a little scared, but I might do that.
Ooh.
Who do the Niners play?
We got the Seahawks. We're gonna win.
You look, since we already pushing it anyway. You got your fantasy team going. I know everybody hates to hear everybody talking about fantasy.
I'm not. So I don't like fantasy at all. And every year I'm in like 2 leagues. Number one, because I got like my in-laws. They got a league, so I get in because it's fun and they be talking crazy. And then I always find myself in the one other league. But yeah, I'm in them. And usually what happens, because I don't like fantasy, is I'm usually out by the time they start bye weeks because I forget to change the team, and I'm like 3 games back. Last year I stayed with it.
KC is that fantasy player that everyone hates because it's like, oh, he didn't set his lineup.
Last year I stayed with it, and I got to like the semifinals or whatever. So I'm gonna stay locked in this time. So I got Lamar Jackson and Jamar Chase.
On my playback on my stream, we have like premium members and stuff, right? So we got a little group and we got on Discord. And I said, look, I'm gonna do fantasy football this year. Who want to get in? We had a group. I said, all right, I'm gonna ask the homies too, so they're gonna play with us. So I added JT, I added Kevin. We did our draft the other day, and I'm like, all right, like winner is gonna get a prize. You know what I mean? Unless one of these rich guys wins. And then they're both like No, we should get a prize too. Like, what are you talking about? It's so look, this is the world that I live in. Is we set the draft for Tuesday at 6. Cool, like everybody should be fine. Kevin's like, can we move it up? I'm like, why? He's like, I'm at the Drake show. I'm like, yo, I don't think I can move it now. He's like, damn. So he's drafting during Drake's show in Milan. He has an incredible team. Like, I don't know if he cheated. I don't know if he sent somebody. But yeah, he drafted his damn team from the Drake show, and he might win the league. And if he wins the league, I have to figure out an ample prize for Kevin Durant winning fantasy football. So
wait, what Drake show?
He just does
Drake is on a tour. He's on a world tour right now. So he's in Milan. Drake.
Oh, I was about to say he wasn't at the Garden last night. Where was he?
Kevin's in Milan at whatever time it is. It's 6 Eastern. He's like, yo, can we do the draft now, an hour early? I'm like, no, like it's set. Damn. All right. Well, I'm gonna be at this show. It's the Drake show. He went viral for sparking up. But
was that when he was with Liz?
No, I mean it's the same tour, but that was a couple weeks ago. This just happened. This was Tuesday.
Yeah, and then he pops up in Iceman Part 3. What are you doing?
See y'all next week, fellas. It's about that time, man. It's about that time. So, good chatting with y'all, man. Go Raiders.
All right, settle down. I like the Raiders.
Turn that helmet around. Put the Raiders.
You should have been here. We doing a watch party for week 2 Monday Night Football. You should have been out here for that.
Hey, so look, I think we're going crazy. I have to come to California. I have no choice. I have to come to Sacramento some point soon because I have to get documents so I can get a real ID and fly on planes. And the only way I can do that is going to the birth certificate office in Sacramento. So some point very soon.
Yeah.
I haven't picked the dates yet. I will be in Sacramento, and we're going to do this in studio.
Oh,
absolutely.
Let's go.
100%
let's go.
The guy.
All right, boy. We appreciate you.
Yeah, pay them bills, man.
Take that stupid ass decal off that helmet too.
And then look, that's the richest hat I've seen. Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, I know first pitch Kenny ain't talking. What you
what shoes you got on today? What shoes you got on today? Did you buy them? Did they hook you up? What happened?
I've never thrown the first pitch in my life, but at least you threw from the mound. We was giving you credit. I ain't gonna lie.
That's true. It's first thing you said.
I did. Shout out to Nike though, man. Like, damn. I'm just saying, bro.
I ain't gonna talk about what I just did with Nike. I'm gonna let it go.
I know, but you ain't got to. I seen it. You ain't got to. I seen it.
My boy.
Eddie had me out here trying to buy shoes that aren't even for sale. He out here doing a promo for some running shoes. I'm like, oh, my man, Eddie. Oh, I can't buy them. Regulars can't get these shoes.
I did feel like the bad guy, though, because a couple people asked me, like, yo, how much are they? When are they out? And I had to look it up. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. They don't come out for
that's the most expensive
and they are not cheap.
I ever bought.
They are not cheap. And I was like,
$230.
Woo.
Yeah, but they were good, though. Yeah, they're worth it. Yeah, they're worth it.
They're worth it.
All right, boy. We appreciate you.
All right, Eddie.
Take care, Eddie Gonzalez. That boy.